Well, guys, look around. You know, I haven't ridden in about a week because in the Washington D.C. area we've gotten these this storm. It's like a freak storm. You might have heard on the news that there were people stuck on I-95 in Virginia for 27 hours. Yeah, like you can see the snow is melting, but it is freezing. It's I believe 19 degrees out. My air temperature on the bike says 45, but that's completely wrong. Like any single piece of water on the road is completely frozen. I don't recommend using the shades when you're riding in this sort of temperature because you got to be able to tell where the black ice is. This guy's going so slow. I mean, really, this guy is going the speed limit. Who the hell goes the speed limit? You're sticking to the speed limit. We're gonna go and fill up. I don't trust this guy. Is he gonna... Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead. I knew you were up to no good. I knew this guy was like... Not even 4 gallons. Yeah, this is the cheapest gas station in town. $3.19. What are they doing? Oh, look at this. What is happening here? Oh, they closed this road. What the hell? Look at this. They closed the road. What is happening? Yeah, they closed the road for some reason. Yeah, they closed it. Okay. So when you're riding in these little residential areas, you really have to pay attention because people, when they're shoveling their snow, they put it right on the road. So any snow that has melted a little bit turns to ice. So you'll encounter that when you're riding. So you have to be extremely careful. But this is this area hasn't gotten this cold in a very long time. This is an insane amount of coldness, and it sunk down to 28 degrees on the bike's temperature, but it is just wrong. It is so, yeah, I think it's like below 20 or 20 degrees or so because it's just so cold. My even though I have my gerbing gloves, by the way, these suck. Don't get gerbing stuff. At one point they used to be good, not anymore. But I got my electric jacket, my gloves, I got the hippo hands on, so it's deflecting a little bit. The tips of my hands, especially in the left hand, are unbelievably cold because these gloves are just not working very well. This is the countryside of Maryland going north. You know, it's funny, when I went to pick up some cabinets the other day in Baltimore, or north of Baltimore, there was no snow anywhere in the north, but out here you can see there's still snow. But the snow really happened like further south. This is a great bike for the winter, by the way, because it gets really hot, but when it's this cold you don't really feel it too much. It's just cold no matter what, so you kind of have to limit your rides. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, like riding in the winter, like there's no motorcycles out. Oh, they're building a house here. It's so funny, from one day to the other, like there's people building houses. Here's some ice and stuff. It's mostly on the shoulders because the snowplows pushed the snow to the shoulders. So that's another thing that you should do. It's like you need to stick more to the middle. The middle is going to have less chances of ice than if you were to go on the right side of the lanes, because that's where the trucks push the snow. But out here we've just gone like 13 miles north and there's much less snow. One of the laws that passed in 2022 in Washington DC is that you get a fine for $500 if you use a gas-powered leaf blower instead of an electric leaf blower. That's incredible. So all of these landscapers that have acquired all of these two-stroke leaf blowers all of a sudden have to buy electric leaf blowers because they don't want to pollute the little grass that Washington DC has. This is really where, look at this, look at that, you see this? That is black ice. Why is black ice so racist? You know, why don't we call it something else? I don't know, I kind of feel like black ice gets a bad rap. Look, even more black ice over there. Yeah, these little roads you have to be a whole lot more careful because the plowing has never been great. But you know, like, the snow has melted pretty quickly out of here. My hands and feet and head are numb. Usually when I ride, I commute to work, and then in an hour I'm at work. I'm freezing in the mornings, but usually I thaw throughout the day while I work. That's been my routine for a while. I also had a, oh, what is this, ice? You see, there's wetness here. I'm actually gonna go right. Yeah, you see that? There's like black ice right there. Yeah, like it's so cold. Now on my temperature gauge, which is off, it says 28 degrees. But it's way colder than that. But, you know, like I keep telling people, you have to ride when it also has different weather. When it's icy, you know, you don't have to ride when the roads have physical ice, but learning to see the ice, learning to observe the roads and see really like what happens as you like go down towards the creek like this. It's going to be colder and generally a lot more ice, overpasses, all of that sort of stuff. We need to be able to read roads, and I find that a lot of the track monkeys, those are the guys that only ride really fast in track days. They learn the corners, they learn the bends, and they rail. But when you get them out on the road that they don't know, they're almost like brainless. But there is an intelligence to motorcycle riding, at least smart motorcycle riding. You know, like a lot of guys have bravado, way too much bravado. You should be a little humble when you're riding, and it's all about looking at the road, reading the road. And the reason you should ride in the winter, because it's like therapy. Look, there's some ice here, right there, right there. Oh, these guys have some cool cars here. There's a CRX, a Lexus, a Prelude, an NSX, an RX-7, another NSX, an MR2, another MR2. They have really cool cars. Oh man, the GoPro is so cold, the battery is almost dead, but it reads 0%. Because I guess the battery has dropped down to such voltage that it just thinks that it's dead, but it's not, which is kind of fascinating. But there's a lot of ice everywhere. The tips of my fingers are completely numb. My feet are numb. My head is numb. And that's the a winter ride. Is it's not really a pleasurable experience, but you could do like short bursts. Oh man, it is just so cold. And of course I got the heated stuff on, but the heated stuff doesn't really help the frostbite. Alright, let's start this thing, start heading out. I haven't really moved that much. You know, it's let's turn on that heated goodness here. You gotta put it on high. It is just incredibly. So I just stopped the bike. It was 160 temperature. Stopped it, went to the bathroom. It's at 151. The temperature, I mean, this thing, I'm still very nice to ride. You know, if you get the heated stuff, it helps. You know, I got like insulated pants. I think the cold is getting to me, so with the heated pants it helps a lot as well. There is a technique that homeless people use that I learned to also use in a pinch, and that is using newspaper as insulation. So if you're ever getting really cold and you're in the middle of nowhere, you can just grab newspaper and just fill space inside your jacket and pants, and that's really going to keep some of the heat because it's insulated. It's got air pockets inside the newspaper. That's a technique I learned from a homeless guy. GoPro is dead. Oh man, it is just absolutely freezing in this area. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.